Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. A bunch of people joined yesterday, so like I said, if you want to know what's happening in the market while it's happening, then check out the memberships. Also, look at the third wave of the third wave merchandise and maybe grab yourself a t-shirt or something. And yeah, let's talk about Cardano now. So Cardano, by the looks of it, I mean, we did get to the 0.382 support level right here in the fourth wave move down, and the low could be in, but you have to keep in mind this could always turn into a much bigger A, B, C structure. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because I mean, you could look at it in a different way and maybe say that this is the first 1-2 setup of the fifth wave up here. And well, I mean, that could be the case because we actually got to the 0.618 support level and we found support there. So the low right here could be in, but we need a reaction and we need to get above this high right here, which is at 84.2 cents, to confirm that something more bullish is going on. Now, if something more bullish is going on, then what we are about to get is the third wave of the small 1-2 setup. And well, I'm not going to give you a target for that, but I think it's going to be around 88 cents or so. And then we will need a fourth wave move down, and the fifth wave move up should put us at the 1.414 extension of the other, well, of the fourth wave move down and the third wave move up. And that's the target for the fifth wave. That's the minimum target, by the way, and that's at 90.2 cents. We could always, go higher, maybe to the 1.618 and even the 200% extension, but this is the minimum target zone, and I think it's gonna, top right here. At least the third wave will top right here. Now, what's gonna happen after that is very clear. I mean, we're gonna get a fourth wave move down because we almost have 5 waves up. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4 setup. The third wave got to the 1618 of the 1-2 setup, which means it's complete. The fourth wave moved down, found support at the 0.382 support level, which means it's complete. And right now we're just waiting for the last wave, and that's going to complete the third wave right here, which is the third wave of this 1-2 setup. And well, if we do go down after that, do not worry, because I will give you a support zone. And well, I'm not gonna, be able to give you a support zone right now because the third wave still has not topped. But I think the support zone will most likely be somewhere between, let's say, 75 cents and 80 cents, or maybe 70 cents. So don't expect the price to drop, too low, but do expect at least some type of correction after these 5 waves, because that's normal. And that's also going to be bullish, because after we do get the fourth wave move down, we will need a fifth wave move up, and I will also give you a target for the fifth wave up after we get the fourth wave down. And yeah, things are actually looking very good, and the market is getting ready for the altcoin season. Like I said, I'm not going to confirm that the altcoin season has started until Bitcoin dominance, starts breaking down like crazy. What we have on the chart right now is not enough to confirm that the altcoin season started. Yes, we did go down like 3%, but I mean, it happened over here as well in November. It went down like 7%, and this turned out to be a big fake out, and we got to new cycle highs after that. So as long as we, stay above this high right here, which I believe, well, not this high, but this low, which is at 56.7%, then yeah, I mean, if we get below this, I'm going to say that the altcoin season has started. But if we do not, then yeah, I mean, also we have the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average on the chart. And well, by the looks of it, we could get a cross very, very soon, which could be good. I mean, here I think in November, we actually had a cross, and then we started going down a lot. So we could do the exact same thing right now. But yeah, I mean, if we find support at the bull market support band and then we bounce, that's not going to be good. So we need to break below it, and we need to break below 61.2% and then below 60.5%, which is the 200-day moving average. This is also where the 0.618 resistance level of the previous highs is, and it's exactly at 60.3%. Now, if you look at what happened over here after we got above it in November, well, actually no, this was February. After we got above it, we used it as support, and that gave us new cycle highs. Obviously, we don't want something like this to happen again, so what we need to do is get to the support level right here, which, in the past acted as resistance right here, and we need to break below it and stay below it and even close below it. So yeah, that's what we are looking for right now. And well, that's it about Bitcoin dominance. I still think it's gonna, go to about 42% in the next couple of months, maybe in the next couple of 12 months. Don't expect the altcoin season to last like 2 days, but also don't expect it to last too long, because here in the previous cycle, for example, I mean, this moved to the downside from 62% to about 39%. I mean, this lasted like 2 months, so the altcoin season is not going to be too long, but I am expecting Bitcoin downers to continue breaking down in the next couple of months. Even if we do not get a real altcoin season anymore after that, I think we're going to get something like this over here, so it will just go sideways for a bit, and then, I mean, we go to all-time highs again in the next cycle, and it's just the exact same pattern every single time. I don't really understand why people are confused by it, but it is what it is. And Cardano right now, it's still looking good, even on the weekly chart. And as you can see, we actually got above the weekly RSI. I talked about this many times in the past, and we need to close above it, obviously. I mean, it's very important that we do. And after we do that, I mean, we could literally get to all-time highs, because as you can see on the weekly chart, yes, we did get a close above it, you know, right here, but we kind of need two, in my opinion, if we want to get more bullish, because, I mean, it could be a fake out, and if we get like 2 weeks in a row above the moving average right here, it could be a good sign. I mean, that's exactly what we did right here, kind of. I mean, here we stayed above it for like a couple of, I think this was almost 2 months. So yeah, I mean, I'm still expecting Cardano to do well, but we could actually test the moving average right here at some point, and I think we will. I think that will actually be the perfect time after we form these 5 waves up to get the ABC down for the second wave of the third wave right here, and then we could finally start the third wave of the third wave of the third wave, and well, that's gonna be the most impulsive move of the cycle, and it's gonna look something like this over here, and I think people are gonna be pretty happy with it. At least I think they will. I mean, of course, people will start buying when Cardano will get to all-time highs again, and not when it's at bear market lows or when it's in the support zone like it was right here at 50 cents. I was telling you, hey, we got a, you know, double bottom, which by the way I predicted, and after a double bottom like this, we usually bounce. I mean, this was exactly where the 0.618 support level was. I don't think I have it on the chart anymore. Never mind, I have it on the chart. As you can see, we found support at the 618 multiple times, and I told you that at some point we're gonna have to form a 5-wave up, and right now we are working on these 5 waves. So the things in the market are looking extremely good right now. It might be quiet day to day just because, you know, the market is just getting ready to do something, but I don't think we're gonna be too quiet for too long, because we are above the bull market support band, and I told you this a couple of days ago, probably even yesterday, but we are still waiting for that cross, and until we get that cross, it could just be, you know, some boring price action. But after we do get that cross, it's gonna be very, very interesting. And maybe by the time we get the 5th wave up, we could get the cross, then we could get the ABC down, and then, as you know from the past, after we get it crossed, it takes a couple of weeks to actually do something. Now, I don't think it's gonna happen the same again, because right now we're above the bull market support band, and right here we were below it. So I think what we'll do is what we did in the previous cycle in the second 1-2 setup on the chart, which was right here. As you can see, we got above the bull market support band, just like we did right now. Then we had a move down, so basically this pretty much acted as a 1-2 setup, just like, you know, what we're working on right now. And then we had a cross, and that gave us this very nice move to the upside, which put us from 12.5 cents all the way up to about $2.50 in about, let's see, about 5 months or so. And yeah, I think the exact same thing is going to happen again this time as well, but it's just happening a bit later than the previous cycle, but the pattern is the exact same. I've been talking about the pattern every single day for the past couple of, I think, 270 days at this point, so you just need to have some patience, and I know people are getting bored, but things are looking extremely good. Now, I also want to look at Ethereum for a second. It's still above the bull market support band. However, it found some resistance at the 200-day moving average. So please watch this chart, and, you know, if we get rejected here, that could lead to a much bigger correction. So please be careful with that. However, if we get above it, then I think Ethereum will still go higher, even in the short term. And also, speaking of Ethereum, I talked about this yesterday as well, but in case you did not watch the video, my minimum target for the 5th wave of this 1, 2, 3, 4 setup is $6,400, and well, my recommended target would be this right here, which is the 1.618. But if you bought Ethereum down here and you want to take some, you know, profits, this could be a good zone for that, just in my opinion. And also, we need to talk about Bitcoin for a second. Bitcoin is still above the 200-day moving average and the bull market support band. It even stayed above the daily RSI right here, which is very, very good. And maybe we'll get some type of bounce very, very soon, just because we found support at the daily RSI, at at the moving average. And well, if you go on the 4-hour chart, I believe I talked about this on the Discord server and even in yesterday's video, but basically Bitcoin is going up right now. It's not going up too much. However, if you look at the RSI compared to the price, I mean, the RSI dropped from like 80 all the way down to like 44, and during this time Bitcoin barely went down. So this is a good sign, and this is exactly what was happening right here at the beginning of the year. And I wish I could show you an example. I'm not gonna look for it right now, but you're gonna have to believe me on that. And yeah, we're waiting for Bitcoin to wake up. The target for Bitcoin for the next couple of weeks is, well, the minimum target is $126,000, but I think it's gonna get to at least the 1618, maybe even the 200% expansion in the fifth wave of the third wave. And well, that should put us in this region between $126,000 and $157,000. And please do not forget, I mean, the altcoin season usually, kicks off like crazy after Bitcoin gets to all-time highs. So right now we're waiting to break these all-time highs first, and then we could be looking at a very big Bitcoin dominance drop once Ethereum finally starts outperforming Bitcoin even more. And usually when that happens, that's when Cardano starts outperforming Ethereum. At least that's what happened in the previous cycle, and then it goes up like crazy. Even if that's not the case, even if Cardano will not outperform Ethereum, it's still going to go up with Ethereum, so we should still be fine in my opinion. And yeah, that's it. I think it's a quiet day, like I said, but I think we're getting ready for something big, and I think that's gonna happen very soon. So yeah, like I said, check out the YouTube memberships and the Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also check out the third wave of the third wave merchandise. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.